Back in the Chat Sports Studios after a week away, and we've got a loaded edition of the Red Sox Rundown. I'm your host, Jack Lotteray. Thank you so much for watching. Alex Bregman, Arizona. Is it, quote-unquote, a done deal? We'll talk about that in today's show. And Tatsuya Imai. Could he be on the way to the Boston Red Sox? We got a free agency update on him as his window to sign with the Major League Baseball team closes on Friday. We're going to talk about all of that in today's video, but before we do, ladies and gentlemen, not only did we hit 8,000 subscribers about a week or so ago, we've hit 8,100 subscribers. Thank you all to every single person that has hit that subscribe button. Our goal by opening day is 10,000 subscribers. We are 1,900 away. If you have not already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Daily coverage around the Boston Red Sox, whether that be short form, whether that be long form. We're bringing you videos and updates every single day. And once the season starts, daily uploads. Don't miss out. Hit that sub button. Help us get to 10,000 subscribers by opening day. All right. Alex Bregman. Is it a done deal? Local Phoenix radio host Dan Bickley of Arizona Sports 98.7 said that Bregman to Arizona is a quote-unquote done deal. I know this came out a few days ago, but I haven't had a chance to talk about it because I've been traveling and so on and so forth. So I wanted to talk about it in today's video. There also just hasn't been anything going on over the past week or so with the holidays. So Dan Bickley, like I said, of Arizona Sports 98.7, local radio station in Phoenix, Arizona, had this to say on Alex Bregman. I think it's a matter of time before they get Alex Bregman, talking about the Dbacks. I think that's a done deal, to be honest with you. When they signed Corbin Burnes, I had a very good source tell me that Alex Bregman was begging them as well for a contract. Alex Bregman wants to live in Arizona the same way Corbin Burnes did, and he's about to give the Dbacks a discount to do so. He's going to be on this baseball team. It's just a matter of, can they trade Ketel Marte beforehand? There's a weird game of chicken going on. So I think Alex Bregman is going to be here regardless. Now, I will just say off the bat, when I was in college at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism, I actually interned for Arizona Sports 98.7 FM. That same radio station that Bickley and John Gambadoro, who we'll talk about here in a second, they both have shows for. You know, Dan Bickley's a good dude. I've talked to him multiple times. I don't believe this quote, though, from Bickley. A lot of what he's saying, and Corbin of Red Sox Rundown did a video of this a day or so ago. He had this point, which I completely agree with him. That's all speculation based on last season. And with what John Gambadoro has to say here on Alex Bregman, I think that really is what it is. I would put the Dbacks' chances of landing Alex Bregman in the long shot category, while not able to rule it out completely. I believe it is more than likely the agent, Scott Boras, trying to drive up the price and using Arizona as leverage. So, as I was saying in my last points, I am trusting Gambo more than what Bickley is saying. One, Gambo is, I know Gambo more than I know Bickley, so I don't know how tuned in Bickley is with sources on the D-backs, but I know that Gambo is connected, and I know that he knows a lot of things. And him saying that he thinks it's a long shot and that it's Boras using the D-backs as leverage, I can see as truthful. When you go to the quote that Bickley was saying, it was a lot of speculation based on what we think might have happened last year. I will just say this. If he wanted to go to Arizona, he would have gone to Arizona. He wouldn't have gone to Boston. If he's going to give them a discount, he would have already signed. So I think that, and this is, again, the point that Corbin of Red Seat Radio had, that's a lot of speculation, and I didn't hear any hard sources are telling me he's about to take a discount, he's about to sign. That was a lot of speculation. I think that was a lot of, maybe not. Based on last year, I think it's a done deal. I don't believe that. We have to see. There's a lot more involved, I think, than Bregman just giving the D-backs a hometown discount. But you tell me. Do you think Bregman to Arizona is a done deal? Type Y for yes if you do. Type N for no if you do not. I don't know. We don't know. We haven't had an update in weeks, a week or so. But I don't necessarily think that what Dan Bickley's saying, again, I know him, respect him, I don't think there's a lot of substance there. I think it's a lot of speculation based on some murmurs he might have heard last offseason. I still think Bregman to Boston seems the most likely. I will talk in a second about how frustrating this entire thing's been. But if you look at the teams that have been the non-Red Sox teams that have been linked to him, let's go down the path here. The Diamondbacks. Maybe it's a done deal, maybe it's not. Again, Gambadoro thinks it's a long shot. There's been multiple reporters that have said it's a long shot and that it's just Boras using them for leverage. Okay. The Tigers. A report came out a day ago that the Tigers continue to be lukewarm on Bregman and have not changed anything in their pursuit of Bregman. The Blue Jays. We heard one report, then it kind of died down. Are they in on Kyle Tucker? Are they still in on Bo Bichette? I don't really know. The Cubs. We've heard multiple times from their front office that they're content with who they have. And there's been no juice around Bregman to Chicago at all. And then the Mariners, a report came out yesterday that Bregman doesn't fit in their budgetary window. So can you honestly look at me right now and say that any of these teams are as well set up to re-sign Bregman than the Red Sox? I think the answer is probably no. And that's why this whole thing is so exhausting. Alex Bregman should have been the biggest slam dunk of this offseason. He shouldn't have even become a free agent. You should have signed him to an extension when you had a chance in the middle of the season. Stop dragging your feet. Just re-sign him. His market clearly isn't there. Like, there's a little bit of a market, but it's not this big, robust market that I think any of us thought it would be. Kyle Tucker doesn't even have a big, robust market that we know of right now. Like, there's no rumors, no murmurs, nothing. I get that you don't want to give 5-6 years to Bregman because he's 32. Ooh, give him the 5 years. He will sign it. I can guarantee you that. Stop dragging your feet. Re-sign him now. Bring him back. It should have been a slam dunk from the start. And the fact that you are once again, like you are last year, playing chicken with Bregman, it's just exhausting. It's exhausting. They need to make a move. They should be the first person to make a move. Don't react. Be the person that makes the first move. Don't react to someone else making a move. It's just frustrating, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks. Where will Bregman play in 2026? You predict it for me in the comments. B, if you think it's Boston. O, if you think it's other. And if it is other, you let me know which team down below in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts right now. Tatsuya Imai, pitcher from Japan, that was posted, coming up on, I forget how long the window is, about a month or so ago. His window is up on Friday at, I believe it's 5 p.m. Eastern time. Imai's window to sign with a major league team closes. Munetaka Murakami's window closed last week. He signed a 2-year deal with the Chicago White Sox. And based on a quote that Imai had in a local publication over in Japan, it seems like his market's kind of non-existent. So could the Red Sox be getting a gift from the rest of Major League Baseball? Here's what Imai had to say on his free agency as a whole. He says, it seems that there aren't really many specific candidates coming up unexpectedly. And having interest from a team and a formal offer are apparently completely different things. So in that situation, I'm thinking of trying to make the best choice with family to consider as well and make a good decision. So if you're not aware of who Tatsuya Imai is, he's pretty good. Pretty good. Here are his stats from 2025 in Japan. 163 in 2/3 innings pitched. So 1.92 ERA. Now again, is Japan. The play there is good, but it's not the majors. 178 strikeouts to 45 walks and a FIP of 0.892. So he's good. Will it translate to the majors? That's to be seen. But this could be a best case scenario for the Red Sox. No market tends to equal cheap. Munetaka Murakami got a 2-year deal. I believe it was like 30 plus something $million for 2 years. And people were calling him the Babe Ruth of Japan. 2 years, around $40 million. His market was not there. There were more concerns with Murakami than there are with Imai and Okamoto. But this could be a gift for the Red Sox because are they going after pitcher right now? No. But they've been linked. Mark Feinsand directly linked the Red Sox to Imai earlier this offseason. If his market's non-existent and you throw out a flyer, you could end up with a certified stud. Look at this potential rotation that I came up with, all right? Garrett Crochet's your 1. I assume they think Sonny Gray's the 2, so I'm just going to slot him in there right now. Brian Bayo's the 3. Tatsuya Imai is your 4. Connolly Early is your 5. I feel a million times better with that rotation than I do right now. Now, I'll be clear. Is Imai a sure thing? No, he's not. Anyone coming over from Japan, there is a feeling out process. There is a process of getting used to a full 162 game season. It's not the same in Japan as it is in the U.S. in Major League Baseball. So there is a feeling out period. Is he a sure thing? No. Is he worth taking a flyer on? Absolutely. He's worth taking a flyer on. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to get down to Munetaka Murakami numbers. I don't think that that's the case. He's still probably going to command upwards of $100 million, so on and so forth, for a multi-year deal. But if you're doing that compared to paying $200, $300, $400 million on someone, Dylan Cease was almost $300 million. Like, I would give it a flyer and see what happens. And he could turn out, again, to be a stud. His stats last year were incredible. Again, I get it. It's not in the majors, but still. He was one of the best pitchers, if not the best pitcher in all Japan last year. If you could lock that down, do you have another Yoshinobu Yamamoto? Is it another Shota Imanaga situation? Maybe. So see what his market is. The window closes on Friday. And the Red Sox were linked by Mark Feinsand. So that is something to watch out for as the window closes on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You let me know before we get out of here, would you? Sign Tatsuya Imai. S for sign if you would, P for pass if you would not. Let me know down below in the comments. If the price is right, I would certainly take a flyer because he could be a stud. We don't know. It's a risk I'm willing to take. But you let me know. S for sign, P for pass. Would you be willing to sign Tatsuya Imai from Japan? That's where we're going to end it, folks. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this edition of the Red Sox Rundown. We are back in the studio, and we are bringing out videos for you guys. Hopefully, it starts to heat up once the new year passes. Everything will start to heat up again. Hopefully, we have some decisions on Bregman, Bichette, Tucker. Maybe Ketel Marte gets traded. The Sox are going to have to make at least one more move. We know they're going to, so don't miss out. Free videos, daily videos surrounding your favorite baseball team are here at the Red Sox Rundown. Hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 10,000 subscribers by opening day. And until next time, go Sox.